Well, when you're talking about content strategy, ang trabaho ko talaga, mag-isip ng content sa lahat ng platform. So, ako yung nagbibigay ng um, strategy kay client, kung anong klaseng topics yung ipopost, kung saan magandang i-post, ganyan. So, dahil nga nag-start ako ng content writing, tapos kasi dati parang binibigyan lang ako ng mga task. So, I learned on my own kung paano yung, let's say, marketing sa Pinterest, kung paano yung posting sa social media, paano yung sa blogs, paano yung difference ng copywriting and all that. So, kumbaga parang nadaanan ko siya lahat. So, meron akong mas malawak na perspective when it comes to content. So, basically, what we're doing is doing the market research, we're doing the keyword research for SEO.
So, hello, good afternoon po. Hi, Miss
Hello,
Alfie, good
good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yes, sobrang excited ako ngayong afternoon kasi meron tayong isang special guest. Ayan. Yan si Miss
Yes.
Herlene. Hi.
So it's good to have you here. Okay. So this is an opportunity also for you to know more about how to create valuable post para sa ating social media platforms like Facebook or sa LinkedIn. Yes.
Yes, I agree. Ako nga din eh, excited din ako makinig. Ayan, sige. I'll introduce our guest this afternoon. So again, good afternoon, guys. My name is Sherry, and together with me is Miss Alfie. So this is another session about freelancer inspiring story. So marami na naman po tayong bagong matututuhan sa fellow freelancers natin. Ayan. So si Miss Herlene Hermok has been freelancing for 7 years. Okay, starting out as a customer service representative for a Kickstart project, and then later on ventured into content creation and strategy. So, as a content strategist, she helps business coaches create initiative content that attracts and converts audience to sales. Oh, exciting to ah. So, is she established Creative Labs PH, an online digital marketing agency specializing in lead generation and content marketing. She is also experimenting with YouTube, and she shoots cooking videos and share her life as a freelancer. So, yes, mag-subscribe tayo sa YouTube channel ni Miss Herlina. Cooking videos. Okay, so wag na nating patagalin. Please welcome Miss Herlene. Kaka. Somook. Sorry po kung tama ba yung pagpo-pronounce ko ng last name. Ayan.
Oo. Kala nila foreigner
Sige po.
yan eh.
Hello.
Sumook actually.
So, hi, Miss Arlene.
Hello, hello. Kumusta?
Okay
Kumusta sa
lang.
Very blooming
kalabasa?
si Miss
Paminsan-minsan lang yan dahil di na
Ayan.
nakakalabas.
Oo, ganun.
Yes. True, true. Ayan. Sige po. Miss Arlene, taga saan po kayo? Anong part ng
Taga ano ko?
Philippines ba?
Taga Rizal actually, Taytay Rizal. So, medyo malapit sa Manila. Pag hindi
Ah,
traffic, mga 30 minutes away. Pag traffic, mga 3 oras naman siya.
grabe. Okay, nice. Okay po. Sige. So, ayan. Nice. So, I think you have one son, tama po ba? Isa lang po
Mm,
yung
mm.
baby niyo.
Oo.
Yes, okay po. So, kanina po, dun sa introduction, meron sabi niyo po that you've been a customer service representative way back. Ano pong year yon? That's
My gosh, that
around,
was 2014. Oo. Actually, bago ako mag-work from home, nag-BPO muna ako, tsaka nag-teacher ako sa Kumon. So, parang 3 years akong teacher sa Kumon ng reading and math. Pero hindi ako matalino sa math ha, mga hanggang division lang ako gano'n. Walang mga pang higher level. Sa reading talaga ako nakafocus. So, yung reading, it's more of like, yun nga, sentence construction, tapos yung context clues, ganyan. So, hanggang higher reading, hanggang kay Shakespeare, mga gano'n. Yun yung tinuturo ko. And then,
Ah,
after that, nag-BPO ako. So, from parang 5 years din ako sa BPO, nakatatlong account ako. But after that, that's when I decided to work from home nung nagka-baby na kami. So, actually, it was my friend who introduced me to freelancing. Wala pa talaga akong kaalam-alam. So, yun nga, nag-start kami sa Kickstarter project. Tapos, medyo lumawak yung network. Inintroduce ako ni client sa ibang client nung nalaman niya marunong ako magsulat. Tapos, doon na siya nag-start. Doon na nag-start yung career ko as a content writer. And then, later on, I became a content strategist. Ayun.
wow. Okay. So, Miss Herlene, ano ba yung content strategist para lang po sa ating mga newbies here?
Mm-mm. Well, when you're talking about content strategy, ang trabaho ko talaga, mag-isip ng content sa lahat ng platform. So, ako yung nagbibigay ng um, strategy kay client kung anong klaseng topics yung ipopost, kung saan magandang ipost, ganyan. So, dahil nga nag-start ako ng content writing, tapos kasi dati parang binibigyan lang ako ng mga task. So, I learned on my own kung paano yung, let's say, marketing sa Pinterest, kung paano yung posting sa social media, paano yung sa blogs, paano yung difference ng copywriting and all that. So, kumbaga parang nadaanan ko siya lahat. So, meron akong mas malawak na perspective when it comes to content. So, basically, what we're doing is doing the market research, we're doing the keyword research for SEO. I'm also the one deciding kung ano yung best topics to discuss and like what type of blogs or what topics dun sa blogs yung magandang isulat, pati na rin sa social media. So it's, pati actually kahit YouTube, kasi ano yun may tinatawag tayong omni-channel marketing na lahat ng platforms dapat consistent yung messaging mo and the content. So, kumbaga parang meron touch din ng branding kasi technically I'm the one helping the client to decide kung anong klaseng voice yung gagamitin niya, anong tone, ganyan. So, medyo mas malawak siya. Ayun.
Very exciting. And because of that, eto na po, ibibigay na namin yung floor sa inyo. Kasi, guys, mag-ready na kayo sa pen and paper and we have Q&A later on. So, sige po, Miss
Yes.
Herlene, take it away.
Sige. Share na ako ng screen Wait lang. Okay. So let me know kung nakikita nyo na yung screen para makapag-start na.
Yes po.
Ayan. So, today we will be discussing how to attract clients through intuitive content marketing. And we'll also be talking about like the 5 tips on how you as bookkeepers can do marketing or content marketing to get consistent leads for your business. Ayun. So, bago ang lahat, syempre, let me just give you a quick discussion kung ano ba yung sinasabi ko when it comes to intuitive content. Intuitive content mainly means that you're confident enough to discuss things on social media, to discuss your ideas, na not natural siyang lumalabas. So most of the time, we tend to look at other people's content and see, ay parang kinopya niya to sa ganito or ganito yung idea niya or whatever. Yung goal ng intuitive content is for you to come up with your own content, with your own posts according to your own experience para mas valuable siya para dun sa market na tinatry nyong iserve. So, right now, the world is shifting kasi people already know when they're being sold to. So, it's a challenge for us to be original as well. And yun nga, the only way that you can be original right now is for you to share your own thoughts, your own experience through social media or any other posting on that note. So, as a bookkeeper, most of the time, wait lang, I forgot to ask, lahat ba tayo bookkeepers dito or lahat ba nang nandito puro bookkeepers? Can you say yes in the comment if you are? Or if you're not, yes pa rin. Sige, let me just see my audience kung tama ba yung mga ano ko. Can you say yes? Ayun. Okay. All right. So, most of the time kapag bookkeeper ka, ang mindset kasi is you're not involved in like sales or marketing. But in reality, bookkeepers are still part of the revenue stream. So, ano ba yung revenue stream? So again, the goal of any business is to create profit. And as bookkeepers, you need to learn where you stand here. So basically, ang revenue stream lang is composed of three things. So first is lead generation. This is the way to generate business, to generate interest in your business para magkaroon sila ng interest na mag-inquire sa inyo. Then the second part is the conversion, which is the moment where your target audience subscribes to you or connects with you or asks you questions with the interest of doing business with you. This is also the part where they pay for your services or they get convinced of the value you provide, so they are interested in investing in you and your services. All right. So the retention part, that's the last part, which is to keep their business as a client. So hindi lang ito ibig sabihin yung for the long term. It's also about creating relationships with them, making sure that their needs are met, and later on get referrals for the services that you provide. Okay. Alright. So, paano nga ba tumutulong ang mga bookkeepers sa businesses? Or what is your impact in a business when they hire you? So, ito na rin yung sasagot dun sa question ng which part of the um, revenue stream, which part of the revenue stream you belong to. So, usually, actually, meron role na nagaganap in every part, ano? So for example, bookkeeping helps the business organize systems for tracking. So this will also help you decide kung if the process is working enough for you to get new clients, kung meron na bang procedures to make sure that the payments are made on time, and if you are sending invoices on time and all of that. Bookkeeping also increases cash flow and profitability. So ito na yung retention part. And then you also get better financial strategies when you know your numbers. So ito naman yung initial parts, which is the lead generation. It also helps you, your clients as well, to get improved compliance. And you also help take care of financial leaks. And you help your customers build better relationships with their clients. It increases retentions and enhance workflows. You also get better team management and better transparency in management and client relations. So, kung iisipin mo yung bookkeeping, it's not just the numbers. It's all about creating relationships. It's all about helping in the deciding factors if you're going to hire new people, if you can accommodate new businesses, if you can maintain businesses, and how long you can create profit. So basically, every part of the revenue stream nandun kayo. That's how important it is for for companies to hire bookkeepers. Right? So mali ako ng grammar dyan. So how to create intuitive content for bookkeepers. So ito, madalas kasi people think that when it comes to creative content or creating content for your business, parang feeling ng mga tao, pang writer lang siya. So it's all about realizing that content creation, writing, putting yourself out there, being visible, creating videos, it's not about the talent. Hindi siya something that you already have in you. Writing and creating content is a skill. So that means that you can always learn it. But before you learn anything, first you need to be aware of your limiting beliefs. Diba? So ano mga common limiting beliefs ba natin? So here are some. First is, I'm not a writer. Do you relate to that, guys? Do you think that you're not a writer? So if you don't think that you're not a writer, just say yes at the comment section so I can see your names. Yes, ayan. So ito, so madalas sabihin nila, oh, I'm not a writer, kaya nga bookkeeping ang ano ko kasi I'm not good in English, ganyan. Or yung iba sabi niya, hindi ko naman alam kung ano sasabihin ko, I don't know what to write about, 'di ba? Or yung iba sasabihin, I'm too busy, I don't have the time to create content. Tapos, right now, videos are hot. And sometimes, we are conscious about being in front of the camera. So, sabi niya, you know what, videos are only for experts. That's not for me. And ito yung isa sa mga pinakamalaking um, limiting belief is nobody is willing to listen to what I'm going to say. Do you agree? Yeah, so I'm seeing yeses from the people here. Okay. So, yun nga, the first thing to creation is to make sure that you are aware of these limiting beliefs. And just like that, these are just beliefs. So, pwede mo siyang baguhin. Pwede mo siyang ayusin and pwede mo siyang baguhin. Yun nga, baguhin nga. So, medyo natetense ako, sorry ha. Kasi this is my first time again talking in front of the camera. And, even as experts, medyo challenging talaga siya. So, I understand your frustration. Kasi I was also once like this. So, even if I consider myself as a writer, minsan dadating ka dun sa point na wala kang time. Iniisip mo wala kang time to create content or wala namang makikinig sa akin eh, 'di ba? But in reality, sabi ko nga kanina, your experience is valuable. So whether or not you're a newbie, whether or not you're an expert, you still have something to share. It's just a matter of reframing your mindset into thinking that you can. Kasi lahat naman ng bagay, kung gustuhin mo siyang aralin, kakayanin mo siyang gawin. And like like all skills, content creation can be learned. The fact nga na nakaka-post ka sa Facebook ibig sabihin you can do content, 'di ba? It doesn't really have to be perfect. It doesn't really have to be grammatically, impeccable. The point is you are sharing your thoughts and you have an audience that listens to you. Yun din alam mo, ito pa yung isang truth not everyone is gonna be listening to your message. But if you do it right, you can attract the right audience. You can attract the people who are interested and who are willing to get you as a service. But first, you need to identify ano ba itong mga limiting beliefs mo. Identify saan siya nanggagaling. So for example, yung nobody will listen to you. Saan siya nanggagaling? Meron ka bang mga experience where you were trying to say something na hindi siya na-address or hindi ka pinapansin? Or you're trying to post but nobody is commenting? So those things you have to analyze and realize that maybe it's just not the right crowd that you're talking to. Maybe you just need to, polish your message and you just have to be consistent, 'di ba? So it's all about identifying first kung ano yung limiting belief mo and then changing it. Kasi hanggat hindi mo siya na-identify, hanggat hindi mo siya na-pinpoint, mahihirapan kang baguhin, 'di ba? So, that's the first step. Be aware of your limiting beliefs. Yan. Okay, so here's the next one. Write your hero story. Ano ba yung hero story mo? 'Di ba sino dito yung sino yung mga idol nyo? Yung mga favorite movie characters nyo or favorite heroes nyo? Let's say sa Marvel, sino yung pinaka-favorite hero nyo? Can you share it in the comments? Ayun, si Spider-Man daw, sino si Alfie? Oo, 'di ba? Ano yung favorite, yung popular quote doon? Parang yung sa responsibility. Can you type
Great
it there?
power comes great responsibility.
Ayun, tama, 'di ba?
Yan.
Si Iron Man, si Black Widow, si Wonder Woman, sabi niya, yan. 'Di ba? Why do you love them so much? Can you share sa comments? Kakapanood ko lang kay Wonder Woman kagabi. Sabi ko, yung Wonder Woman 1984. Tama ba? Tama ba? 1984 ba yon? Ayun. So, sabi ko, nakakatawa kasi um, para siyang sinulat para sa akin. Sabi namin, ang ganda ng script ng screenwriter. Parang sabi niya, wag na, baka may hindi pa nakakapanood. Spoilers ahead. But, the the best reason why we love these heroes is because we know their stories, 'di ba? We have seen and heard their transition from one point to another, 'di ba? So for example, si Spider-Man. So, 'di ba, ang alam natin pangalan nun si Uncle what? Ano pangalan nun? Oh my God, nakalimutan ko yung uncle ni Spider-Man.
Nakalimutan ko.
Ha? Si Uncle Ben. O, di ba yung husband ko nasa gilid ko? Uncle Ben, di ba? So, nung una ayaw niya makinig kay Uncle Ben, tapos napahamak si Uncle Ben. Siyempre si Tobey Maguire to, di ba? So, napahamak si Uncle Ben, tapos yun yung last thing na sinabi sa kanya. So, parang from there, he wanted to be more responsible. Ganun din si Iron Man, di ba? Dati parang sa nuclear yung mga power, yung tawag nito, yung business niya. But then, what happened to him when he was kidnapped, nagbago yung pananaw niya. And from that, he became a hero. Ganun din si, sino pa ba yung mga heroes dito? Sorry. Ayan, si Darna, di ba? Ang ding ang bato. Kasi ang point doon, kumbaga parang every hero is a hero because you have seen their journey, you have seen their transition, and people love that. Alam mo yung kumbaga parang sharing wins, ganyan. People love when they see heroes fall and then succeed. Kasi that makes them human, it makes them relatable. So the same goes for us freelancers. So technically kasi parang we're small heroes of our of our business. Kumbaga when you're doing business, you're technically helping people improve their business. So just a minute lang Ito yung anak ko kasi. Wait. So, ayun, di ba? Buhay nanay, syempre yung anak ko, maingay. So, I'm so sorry. Ayan, sandali ha. Can you see the slides well? Or lagay ko sa presentation? Can you see it? Is this better for you guys?
It's better.
Okay, ayan. So, as I was saying, we are our heroes. Kumbaga yung mga businesses that we help, we are their heroes. So, kasi 'di ba, we help them solve problems. Basically, that's what we do. For some, it may just be numbers. It may just be like auditing and all that. But in reality, imagine kung wala ka doon sa business na yun, ang sakit ng ulo nila kasi not everyone understands, bookkeeping. Not everyone understands balancing and auditing and all that. So, technically, you're taking away a headache from them and that makes you a hero. So, you have to also recognize your story as a hero kasi yan yung makakatulong sa'yo to identify yourself from others. It's gonna make you unique. And people want to know you and what's unique about you. Diba? Kasi that's also how you get to charge more. That's how you differentiate your business by making people realize the value you bring to the table. So how do you do this? Paano mo gagawin yung hero story mo? Wait a minute ah. Yan. So first, you have to take a look back in your life. Look at the critical milestones that you've experienced. Like for example, ano ba yung reason kung bakit ka naging bookkeeper? Like was there any critical moment that made you decide na oo, tipong gusto ko sana maging singer, gusto ko sana maging performer pero mas gusto ko maging bookkeeper. Bakit? What made you come up with that decision? Diba? So another question is what problems are you solving? Anong klaseng problema ng business yung tinutulungan mong ayusin? What are you fixing? So for you guys, can you share kung ano yung mga answers nyo dito? Like for example, what made you decide to become a bookkeeper and the problems or the challenges that you're helping your clients with? Can you share it in the comments so we can read it later? Ayun. Napaka-literal na approach si Alfie, di ba? Nag-ayos na magulong libro. Tama nga naman. Yan. Yan. Okay, so ano pa ba yung mga questions na pwede mong tanungin sa sarili mo for you to discover yung hero story mo, sorry. So ano pa ba yon? So can you tell about challenges that you face? Tapos kung paano mo siya nire-resolve as a bookkeeper. Pwede mo rin i-share dito, ano ba yung mga lessons na natutunan ko from doing bookkeeping? Yan. So ano pa yung mga problema na tinutulong mo dun sa mga clients mo that you help them solve? And what's your process? Specific, ito yung very critical kasi you can help a client but do you have a process for it? Kasi syempre, if you don't have a process, you can't really assure that the results will be the same. It will be consistent. So, dun yun yung mga questions din. Yan. So, ano pa ba? Yun, why should people hire you and why shouldn't they work with you? Most of the time, ang goal natin is for people to hire us. But sometimes you also need to talk about why they shouldn't hire you because, you want to work with people who matches with you. So sometimes it's also a great way to identify, is this person the right person to work with, or is this person aligned with the values that I'm providing? So those are the questions that you need to ask yourself for you to come up with your hero story. So technically itong mga questions na to, this can already be a content plan for you, for your business. So if you're talking about your milestones, you can just share it on your wall. Kahit English, Tagalog, kung Ilocano, or kung anong language ang gusto nyo. As long as your target audience understand it, that's good. Okay? The point is, you need to create content that your target audience would want to read. Diba? You need to show them your expertise and why they should choose you above everybody else. And one way to do that is being vulnerable in a way that you're being honest about what you can and can't do. It also relates to your experience, like how do you handle difficult clients? Diba? Or what lesson did you learn from a difficult clients you had way back? Or what lesson did you learn about self-worth that made you a better bookkeeping or a better bookkeeper? Ba? Ito kasi yung mga questions kasi you know what, when clients deal with us, technically they're not buying our services. They're investing in you as a person. So people would want to have someone who has personality, who understands them, and who can connect with them, even if you're doing something so technical as a bookkeeping service. Do you agree? Yan. Let me know if you agree, ah. Just say yes in the comment section. Yan. So, konting slides na lang to, don't worry. All right. So, how do you do a research as a bookkeeper? Ito, napakahalaga nito when you're creating content kasi dito mo malalaman kung ano yung tamang content to discuss and when to discuss it. Yan. So, first, you have to niche down. Bakit? When you niche down, you decide on your market, you can now focus on the problems of that specific market. For example, malaki ang difference ng medical field sa sports, di ba? They don't have the same problems. Um, I'm not sure about sa bookkeepers kung ano yung mga markets na pwede nyong kunin, but the purpose of niching down is for you to get to know who the people are or who the people you choose to serve. Kasi doon mo may a-analyze, doon mo ma-realize kung ano yung mga problema nila. That's the second point. So find out about your target audience desires and pain points. As I was saying, hindi pare-pareho ng pain points ng tao, di ba? For example, kahit sa grupo nga ng mga nanay di ba? Yung mga nanay, hindi lahat ng nanay magkakapareho. Meron yung mga first-time moms na maraming tanong sa buhay. Ito yung mga maraming binibili, daming damit na pinapasuot. Gusto laging fashion na parang laging magra-runway yung mga anak nila. Meron din naman yung mga mommies of multiples. So, pwedeng isa, dalawa, or tatlo na yung anak nila na they have different problems. Like, for example, sustaining kung ano yung sustaining attention ng mga mga kids nila. Wait lang, naputol ba ako?
Hindi po.
Hindi naman.
Ayun. sorry. So, what I'm trying to say is the more you get to know about yung desires and pain points nila, the better your content will be. Kasi ito na nga yung point of relatability Pain points, pain, desire are two of the most powerful driving forces of human beings. 'Di ba? Ano yung mga best lessons na natutunan niyo sa buhay? Was it when you were happy? Yung ba nung happy kayo or mas naaalala niyo ba yung mga taong tumulong sa inyo nung down na down kayo? Alin doon yung mas maaalala mo? Siyempre, doon tayo doon sa doon sa mga tumutulong sa atin when we're down. Or mas naaalala natin yung painful lessons. And sometimes when you want something, mas driven ka to work for that. For example, siyempre gusto mo kumita ng marami, gusto mo maging milyonaryo. So, yung desire mo na yun, that will push you further to become better at what you do. You'll be investing in lessons or courses, or you'll also be investing in tools that will help you get you closer to your goals, di ba? So the same goes for content creation. So you need to understand ano ba talaga yung problema ng mga clients na sineserve nyo. Kasi when they realize that you are the answer to their questions, malamang sa alamang, di ba, kukunin ka nila. Di ba? The same goes for ano ba yung gusto nila, ano yung point A nila and point B. Yun yung dapat mong alamin. Ano ba yung current situation nila and how do you get them to their desired situation. So for example, let's say you're working with a company, with a startup company, tapos hindi nila alam kung paano magde-decide whether to go to invest more in their business or to stop. Let's say hindi malinaw yung books nila. Anong magiging solution mo doon? 'Di ba? Take a look at their numbers and then assess and then give them tips also. For example, if right now your profit is let's say $1,000 and you want to increase them to $2,000, ano yung mga steps na kailangan mo i-take? So one thing that you can do is to check ano ba yung mga bayarin nila, 'di ba? You do an audit so that you can help them decide which way to go, 'di ba? So you can discuss this. Actually, this third point, it's all about your process as a bookkeeper. So the question is, how do you get your clients from point A to point B, right? And then you track your research. You whether you're writing it down on a notebook or collecting it in an Excel file, what's necessary for you to do is make sure that you track it kasi you can't really improve what you don't measure, right? So, paano ba yung mga research tools na to? Ano ba yung mga pwede mong gamitin for content? Oops, sorry. So, one, Uber suggests. Why do I recommend this tool? Let me just um, share this with you. Wait. Let me switch my screens. Sobrang nasanay ako sa Zoom. Yung Zoom yung kiniklik ko. Wait lang ah. Sige, let's go with Uber Suggest. So why am I recommending this? Kasi even on a free account, you can create content or you can find out what your audiences are searching, what they're interested with. So let me share. Okay. Let me know pag nakikita nyo na. Kita na ba yung screen ko? Ayan. Okay. So Uber Suggest is actually an SEO tool. It can help you look for the right keywords to use. It can look for your competitors. It can also look at the best performing content that's out there. So for example, let's look at bookkeeping. Wait lang naglo-load pa. So this one is a free, actually ito paid account ko na pala to, but you can still use uh, the free version to see some of the results. So for example, ito bookkeeping. Ang result niya is 60,500. So more people are looking at it. Yung SEO difficulty niya is 62. So ibig sabihin, a lot of people or a lot of content creators have done content around this. And these are the related keywords na pwede mong gamitin sa content mo. You can also take a look at the content ideas. So ito, let's see. So makikita mo dito yung mga pinaka top performing content, saka yung mga shareability niya. Like for example, makikita mo ito, mga binebenta. So maano sila, naghahanap sila lagi ng mga tools, mga sheets na makakatulong sa bookkeeping. O ito, virtual bookkeeping checklist. Let's see. So ibig sabihin, itong topic na to, you can create your own version. Like just on a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post, you can do like a mini checklist that you can recommend to your clients. Like ano ba dapat yung mga tinitignan? Let's see. I'm not sure if this is being shared. Let me just change the screen. Wait lang So let's see here. Yan. So let me just share this na lang din sa chat para makita nyo. Shari, can you help me with sharing the the blog post? Yan, I sent the link. Ayan. Yan. So, as you can see, meron siyang options. Like for example, ito. This is very effective, especially if you want to do a lead magnet or just like a simple blog post na ano, yung infographic like this. Akala mo napakasimple niya, pero malaking tulong na rin siya dun sa ano, sa mga businesses. Kasi alam mo kung ano yung mga kailangan mo pang gawin. Pag natapos na, di-check mo na lang, di ba? So that's an example of how you can use Uber Suggest. You take a look at the content that are being shared or are being wait lang lipat natin. So you take a look at the content topics that are being shared, that are being talked about kasi ito yung pinaka-effective way for you to get audiences as well. So if you're blogging or if you're, just posting on LinkedIn, pwede mong tignan to, tapos get bits and pieces and then input kung ano yung based on your experience kung ano yung magandang gawin, ganyan. So that's one way of thinking of what content to decide. Another is, let me just share the screen again. Yan. So another way to do research is answer the public. Are you familiar with this? Sino ba nakapag-try na sa inyo ng answer the public? Meron na ba? So actually, Answer the Public is a website where you can put in a keyword or a topic and you will find all the questions that people are asking about it. So basically, para siyang Google search na for questions lang. So let me share with you the sample here. And sorry, papalit-palit Saan na ba yun? Wait lang. And let me know if you can see it. Yan. So ito yung itsura niya. And what you can do is put in like questions. Let's say, ano ba maganda? Shari, Alfie, can you give me like common keywords or common topics na hinahanap ng mga bookkeepers? Sige, ako na lang Let's try
Financials.
managing. Okay, sige. Financials, tama ba?
Yes po.
Okay, so financials. Let's see. Okay. Ayan siya. So, ganyan yung itsura niya, pero pwede mong i-click yung data para mas malinaw. Ayan. So, ano yung mga usual inquiries niya? Sabi niya, are financials cyclical? Are financials value stocks? Can financials be digitally signed? Ayan. How to read financials. So, ito magandang topic to. Like, if you're a bookkeeper, paano nga ba? Ano yung mga kailangan mo maintindihan sa financials? Ako hindi ko alam to. Yan. Oh, what financials to include in a pitch deck? This is helpful if you're helping a startup. Yan. What financials to look at when you're buying stocks? So ito, it answers, it's a compilation of all the questions that are being asked on Google. Yan. So kapag naubusan ka lang ng content, pwede kang pumunta dito, type ka lang nung topic na gusto mo, and then it will give you a list of questions that you can answer. Yan, who audits financials? So pwede siguro parang pwede ka mag-discuss dito about like qualifications or accreditations kung meron. Yan. Ano pa ba? Ito, prepositions. Financials for a business plan. Yan. For small businesses, for non-profits, di ba? So makikita mo, ito yung mga sinesearch nga ng mga tao. Yan. So Shari, Alfie, is this, do you think this is beneficial, or is this something that you can take a look at for content in your experience?
Yes. Yes, Miss Herlene. Actually, yan nga yung mga site din na binivisit namin ni Miss Alfie from time to time. And
Mm,
yes, tama
mm.
guys, you should
Yes.
visit this site
Mm.
kasi sobrang daming mga topics na pwede niyong
Yeah.
makuha here.
Mm-mm. Yeah, ako actually, alam mo, sa blogs, ang ginagamit ko itong mga to. Yan. So, ito yung ginagamit ko mga
Yes po,
subheadings
very
para
helpful.
mas ano siya. Oo. Para mas readable din siya. Para matrack din siya ni, ni Google. Yan. And then, there's Quora. So, Quora
Yan.
is also a great place for researching kasi ito talaga, it's a venue for sharing your knowledge. Balik tayo dun sa presentation ko, ha? Yan. Sana hindi pa kayo nahihilo. Yan. So, Quora is a great way for you to understand kung ano yung mga pain points ng mga target market nyo. Kasi ang kagandahan dito sa Quora, marami siyang subtopics. So, pwede can talk about financials, you can talk about, may mga anime pa nga dito eh. So, it's also a great way for you to research your niche, tsaka yung mga problems nila. So, you can also take a look at the answers kasi yun nga eh, Quora, question and answer siya. You can create a profile in Quora and then start answering kasi that's also a great way to drive traffic. So, Quora, kahit wala kang website, you can start mini blogs inside Quora. Tapos kapag ready na siya, pwede ka na magpasok ng link towards your website. So it can also be a lead generation tool for you. And of course, yun na nga, mga blog posts and research paper. So those are the things that you can do to look for content that you can discuss or you can write about or even do videos about, ano. Ayan. And then, ito mahalaga. You have to publish and test your copy. Hindi pwedeng nasa isip mo lang siya. Kasi, alam nyo, yung brains natin, sometimes, it's confusing us. Na parang, tingin natin sa atin hindi valuable kasi alam na natin. Pero pag sa ibang tao mo shinare, para siya, parang kumbaga, sobrang value bomb. Is that what the term? Or baga parang sobrang valuable niya para sa isang tao. Kasi yun nga, hindi naman tayo pare-pareho ng levels, and that's why it's important for you to share what you know and the journey while you're doing it. Kasi, even if it's just one thing, people experience it differently. So the only way for you to know if the content is effective or not is to post it, is to share it. Alright? So, publish your thoughts. Kapag hindi masyado nag-respond, okay, pwedeng, sabi mo, okay, pwede ko bang i-improve to? O, tapos, tignan mo din kung ano yung effective. Like, if mas effective ba yung mga videos, and then create more videos. Mas effective ba yung mga graphics, then create more graphics, mga explainer, mga infographics, di ba? So, you can't test what's not available. So make sure that you publish it, make it seen, all right? So yun pa din, isa pa din is for you to check the interactions and the quality of responses. So kailangan, that's also part of measurement. So you see which are effective, see which parts or see which content gets more questions, see which content gets more interest. And you also need to listen to your audience. Kung wala kang audience, that's fine. Kahit isang tao lang yan, write for just one person. Actually, ideally, mas maganda nga kung magsisimula ka ng ano eh. If you write for just one person, you create that ideal avatar kasi that will make it more relatable and it makes you um, it helps people understand that you listen to them. Kasi naiintindihan mo yung problema nila eh, di ba? Mas gusto natin makipag-usap dun sa tao na naiintindihan kung ano yung concern natin. Di ba? And then, track analytics. So what's great about marketing right now is you don't need complicated analytics. Tignan ka lang, di ba gumawa ka lang ng page, makikita mo na doon at the back end. Ilan yung mga nag-join sa ano mo, sa group mo, gaano kataas yung engagement, how many people are seeing your post. You can even see the location and the languages that people use. So that those analytics will help you identify kung ano yung pinakamagagandang content or how you are going to better communicate with the audience that you're building. All right? And of course, give people what they love. If they love seeing you on video, kahit nahihiya ka, go. Post a video of yourself. It doesn't have to be long. Actually, alam mo kapag na 10 to 15 minutes, sobrang haba na nun. That's also the reason why yung Sinas Daily is very effective in sharing the content because it's just 1 minute, di ba? At this time, we're too busy with our lives to really consume content and we want easy, digestible content that we love. So, go with that. Okay? And of course, get the help that you need. So you can ask experts. If you guys are member of the tribe, you know our culture. We love to help and ask for opinions, ask for feedback, have people read it. So you would know which parts to improve. Syempre, isang part ng if you want to be better at something, you need to also consider feedback. All right? So that's why you need to ask experts. And then you also read content from others, especially your competitors, 'di ba? Kasi if your competitor is talking about it, probably that's also the topic to talk about kasi they've done their research. So, you can use that to your advantage. Pero syempre, wag naman tayong masyadong garapalan mangopya ng content, di ba? Kasi syempre hindi rin naman madaling gumawa. So, again, you need to highlight your experience, your expertise, so that you can attract the right people who resonates with your message. And then, yun nga, you invest in programs. There are a lot of programs available locally and internationally that talks about how you can create content. 'Di ba? You can, kahit nga Udemy lang you have a lot of topics on Udemy that talks about how to create content, how to write blogs, how to effectively publish social media posts, or how to engage in Instagram. So marami namang ganon that you can use to help your business grow. Yon. And then, kung hindi talaga kaya and you have the budget for it, edi outsource. Ito kasi yung mahalaga doon So, as a business owner, whether you're a freelancer or a team manager or if you're managing teams, you need to know and you need to understand that time is precious to you. So, the goal is for you to do what you do best. So, if, let's say, you decide na content marketing is not for me, di ba? It's okay. It's okay. You can outsource it and then you're also helping others. But the point is, hindi magiging effective yung content writer if you don't know who you want to target and what message you want to bring. So even if you're not the one writing content, you still need to understand. You still need to go through the process so your content will be more effective. Kasi after all, you are marketing your name, you're marketing your brand, and you have to be clear about the message you're sending, especially when you're posting things online. All right? So, actually, that's all that I have for you right now. I guess it's time for questions, if you have any.
Yes, okay po. Sobra, Miss Aid, sobra kaming daming natutuhan. Parang ang sarap makinig na lang. Hi, Miss Alfie.
Gawa na tayo ng content agad.
Yes, oo, apply agad yung natutuhan.
Oo
True.
nga.
Para hindi na makalimutan.
Yes.
So habang naghihintay tayo ng question dito, Miss Age, pwede bang magtanong, what are the common struggles po as a content strategy? And how did you resolve
Ah,
it?
actually, ang pinakamalaking struggle ng content strategist is consistency, especially when you're dealing with a project. Kasi along the way, marami kasing ideas eh. Especially when you're talking to clients. Marami yan, ay maganda pala to, ganyan, 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 ganyan. That's why it's necessary for you to create a process na meron kang step-by-step guide. O sige,
Mm-hmm.
o sige, pag nag-sign ka ng contract, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to establish first. Tapos, pag natapos na to, ito naman yung susunod. Tapos yung process na susunod nakabase doon sa kakatapos lang na process. Kasi without that, wala kayong matatapos. So, kailangan talaga meron kang systemized approach, meron kang scientific approach into these things. Kaya tama yung I saw a post recently from Isa Coronado na sabi niya, if you love writing in science, you can do best as a copywriter or someone in content kasi that's what we do. So it's all a matter of analytics, it's all a matter of processes and tools. Tsaka talagang ano siya, people-centric siya talaga. So you can create content just because you like it. Hindi pwedeng ganun. So that's also what sets us apart from yung mga vloggers. Kasi most of the time, vloggers create the content that they like to serve a specific niche. But if you're a content strategist or if you're a content writer, most of the time, you are creating content for a specific group or for a specific niche so that you can help them sell, you can help them convert people, you can help them attract the right audience for their business. Ang beauty ko yung sagot ko, ano?
Yes, so grabe po. True, grabe. So parang nahihiya yung mga viewers nating magtanong dito, Miss Age. I think sold out sila sa inyong discussion. And really, it's very nice po yung prepare ng slide for us. It's um napakalaking tulong po ito sa mga bookkeepers and accountants here in the group. Thank you po.
Thank
So ito po
you.
kaya kasi dahil nahihiya yung ating mga viewers. Ano po kaya yung advice that you can give to those who are planning freelancing or doing freelancing now? And what advice can you give to them?
Um, I guess the best advice is to have a purpose. Kasi mahirap yung freelancing. Hindi siya madali. As in, parang dati, yun nga, di ba, nabanggit ko nga, nag-work ako dati sa corporate. Kung 8 hours, tapos ka na. Whether or not you finish the task, tapos ka na. Siguro, meron mang malaking struggle with working with yung sa corporate is politics, yan, traffic, travel. Pero at the end of the day, someone else is still thinking for you. Unlike if you're a freelancer, ano siya, it's lonely, it's difficult, but it's worth it. Kasi parang I wouldn't have, ayan, katulad yan. Oh, di ba? Saka makakakita na may interview ka, umahalik yung anak mo na So, you have to have your one thing. You have to have your purpose. Kasi without it, madali kang mawala sa ruta. But if you have something that you're aiming for, you have something that you're working for, lahat ng hirap mo, it brings you closer to your goal. And that makes success the more satisfying. Yarn.
Grabe pag beauty din talaga, Miss Age. Parang
Oo nga
kahit
sorry
kahit anong itapon na question sa'yo, parang kaya mong sagutin lahat. Grabe. Okay. So, believe, Laisel, ayun, nasagot na ni Miss Age yung tanong, yung advice. Ayan. So, ayun nga, know your purpose. Bakit ba gusto mo to? Ito po, merong isa dito. Yan, nagko-question na sila. Ah, kailan nyo po naisip na kailangan nyo po ng bookkeeper? Hmm. Ayun, malayo Okay. Okay, ito, meron
Actually
pong
kasi
isa.
sige.
Sige
Sasagutin ko
po.
na rin sana. To be
Sige
honest,
po,
hindi
sige
ako
po.
yung nag-handle ng finance sa team. So, yung partner ko, kasi I have a business partner, siya yung chief financial officer namin. Siya yung nag-handle ng finance. So, kasi talaga aminado ko, hindi talaga ako, I'm not a math person. So, I let people handle that. Yan. Tapos, yung question niya, si Vita, sabi niya, do you use the Facebook boost when publishing? Oh no, that's the worst mistake you'll ever do. Kasi,
Yep.
pag nag-boost ka kasi ng post, parang binigyan mo lang si Mark Zuckerberg ng pangkapi niya. So, huwag mong gagawin yan. Bakit? Kasi mayroong targeting na tinatawag. Sa kasi, di ba sabihin ni Facebook, tipo, your post is doing 80% better than your previous post. Luto ka lang yan para mag-invest ka. Tapos isipin mo, 500 lang naman. Isipin mo, yung dami ng mapapakitaan mo nun. Instead of you investing in that, invest in ads instead. Bakit?
Yep.
Unang-una, pag binoost mo yung post, kapag inayos mo siya sa likod, tapos nakalagay 18 to 60, kahit hindi niya kailangan ng um, bookkeeping, kahit tipo nagda-drive yun ng tricycle, kahit corporate worker siya, makikita niya yung ad niya at sayang. Kasi mas maganda sana kung sino yung target audience mo, yun yung makakita. So for example, if you're a bookkeeper for resorts, mas maganda naman na yung mga resort owners yung makakita ng ads mo, di ba? There's a higher chance of them getting to know your services, hiring you if they see your content and if they resonate with it, di ba? Compared to you just boosting. Ini-encourage talaga ni Facebook, pinapadali niya talaga yung boosting para mas marami siyang makuha sa'yo. So, but it beats the purpose of your content. 'Di ba? Yan.
So, sa lahat po ng social media platforms, kailangan same ang post. Ayan, maganda to.
Ito si Juno. Hi, Juno. To answer your question, depende sa goals. So, let's say ang goal mo is maging visible. Pwede naman talaga na pare-pareho lang yung posting mo. But you also have to remember that there are certain specifics when you're doing posts. So, for example, for LinkedIn, di ba? Yung LinkedIn, it's a professional platform. So you use LinkedIn to connect with professionals. You have job titles, you have like the employment history and all of that. Medyo awkward naman kung mag-share ka ng TikTok videos mo, di ba? So, syempre, hindi naman applicable yon. Ganon din sa Facebook. For example, yung Facebook, it's a personal platform. So you can share something funny every once in a while. You can share something that interests you every once in a while. Because, as I've mentioned earlier, people are also looking for personality. Hindi ka basta post ka lang ng post tungkol sa business mo. Kasi, nasasabihin naman sa'yo ng mga tao, ano ba yan? Puro na lang trabaho. Ano ba yan? Parang wala nang buhay ito. And you won't want to be like that. Kasi people want fun people, di ba? Kahit sabihin mong bookkeeping yung services mo, you want to be seen as someone who has a life. Di ba? The same goes for Instagram. For Instagram, hindi ka naman basta-basta pwedeng mag-post ng habang text. Kasi Instagram is a visual platform. So you need to be creative when you're posting on Instagram kasi you need to have the content stand out. But the point of all this is you need to be consistent in your messaging. In your messaging, not necessarily the post, but the messaging that you offer. So ano ba yung mga core topics mo if you're a bookkeeper? Ano yung mga core topics mo? It's all about finance, di ba? It's all about order and systemizing things so that you won't have to rush when there's a time, or when you need to file for tax, or when you need to balance your books, 'di ba? Ano pa? Why you need a bookkeeper for your business, whether it's a small business or a large scale business. So ito yung mga kailangan mong intindihin. Sure, you can post similar content at the same time, but make sure that you are posting the right kind of content. Yun yung mas mahalaga. Yun. So I hope that answers
Ayan.
your question.
Ito po, si Miss Herlene. So, regarding po sa paggawa ng comment, halimbawa may napanood video sa YouTube, then gawa ng infographics with some edit. Is this still considered as copyright infringement or hindi naman po since meron ng na-edit?
So about plagiarism naman to. Actually, there's no such thing as original. You have to remember. And imitation is the best form of flattery. Ang mahalaga kasi, you are citing yung citing kung saan mo siya nakuha. So for example, kasi ang tawag dyan is content repurposing. So for example, let's say a business has a YT channel, vlogs, meron siyang podcast, meron siyang Instagram, meron siyang website. Hindi ka naman basta-basta gagawa ng magkakaibang content para doon lahat. So what you can do is create one content and then create other contents from that one content. For example, if you shoot a video talking about financial literacy, you can even take out bits and pieces and turn it into Instagram posts for quotes. Diba? You can also transcribe it and put it as a blog post on your website. Or you can also get that topic divided into like 5-minute podcasts for a deeper or for a shorter discussion. Pwede mong gawin yun eh. The point is, you have to cite kung saan mo siya kinuha. Let's say you got inspired from Gary Vaynerchuk's content. So, sabihin mo yon na parang, I got this idea when I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk. Or if you see a YouTube video, kumbaga, you can lift it, na parang this is, credits to blah blah. Credits to the video. Kasi yun naman talaga, syempre ikaw, di ba, ayaw mo naman kuhanin yung content mo, tapos gagayahin lang. Syempre, kailangan din natin gamitin yung mga brain cells natin. So, effort tayo ng konti. And at the same time, again, you can insert your own experiences. You can insert your expertise kasi that's what you really want to convey. So, again, it's not only about the content itself. It's also about the message that you want. Yon. So, consider as copyright infringement. Nakadepende rin yon kung i-allow ka ni original creator if they allow you to use it on another platform. But if it's just social sharing, okay lang yun. Again, as long as you put something at the top na parang, hey, you know what, kahit yung mga short lang na parang, I loved something about this video, that's why I'm sharing it. Ganun. So that's fine. As long as you don't blatantly copy.
Ito po. How can your target market will eventually discover you or even know that you are existing without posting in Facebook? Wow.
Una, ayan. Ano to? Yan part din ng research yan. So, una, kaya nga kailangan mo mag-niche
Isa
down.
pang marketing na to.
Yes. So, kailangan mo talagang mag-niche down kasi doon mo malalaman kung nasa nakatambay yung prospects mo. 'Di ba? So, for example, sandali, iniisip ko yung example ko eh. Sige. For example, mahilig ka sa damit or mahilig ka sa bag, 'di ba? Paano ka nagse-search ng pagbibilan mo ng bag? Ano yung una mong gagawin? 'Di ba pupunta ka sa Google or pupunta ka sa Facebook para i-search sa marketplace, 'di ba? So the key there is understanding the the target market's psyche. Paano ba sila gumagalaw? Ano ba yung mga behaviors nila? Doon mo makukuha kung saan sila tatambay. So one way to do that is to go to Facebook groups. Connect with them, talk to them, give them advice, give them tips. Ganon din sa LinkedIn, di ba? That's why it's very necessary. It's the first step to really creating content is choosing your niche, kasi doon mo makikita doon ko magbabase kung saan sila pupuntahan. At the same time, yung customer avatar mo. Yung customer avatar na ginagawa mo, or parang, sino ba yung kagabi meron akong kausap, sabi niya, parang pareho lang po ba yung buyer persona saka customer avatar? No, they're totally different. So yung customer avatar, you're thinking about one specific person that you will cater to. Yung buyer persona, it can be multiple personas. So for example, ang business mo, fast food, di ba? Sino yung target market mo, yung client avatar mo talaga? Siyempre, children, di ba? Kasi gusto mo yung mga makukulay, ganyan-ganyan. Pero yung buyer persona mo, magkakaiba. So, pwedeng kahit yung ideal avatar mo are kids or moms na may kids na age 2 to 3 years old, pwede ka ding mag-target sa someone or let's say parang young adults na hindi mahilig kumain ng gulay, di ba? Or gusto puro chicken lang, di ba? The point is, you need to understand how your market thinks. Diba? So as bookkeepers, hindi enough na alam mo lang yung numbers mo. You need to understand people in general. And you also need to work on how people will like you. Kasi nobody buys from people they don't like. Diba? You can definitely do business without boosting posts as long as you understand people. People skills. Yun yung mahalaga din eh. I hope that answers your question.
After pang beauty queen na sagot, madam.
Ah,
Ayan, sige. So, I guess, anong question? So, ito, Miss H, baka meron kang mga future plans for Creative Labs PH. You can invite them, our viewers here. Baka, yan, they're interested with your
yes.
program.
Mm-mm. Actually, I would also love to hear your takeaways. So if you have any feedback, kasi baka mamaya yung iba nahihiya lang mag-share, but if you have any feedback, just let me know. If you had any good takeaways, feel free to tag me on Facebook, share mo lang. Yan. And I'm also launching my online course. It's called The Intuitive Creative. And this was done for content creators who are confused and overwhelmed with how to do their content. And it's a 3-week program that will teach you how to be visible and be valuable to your clients so that you can attract them like magnets. So ano ba yung matututunan mo dito? First is you get to identify kung ano yung mga limiting beliefs mo around content creation. And you also get to rewire your brain to combat that so that you can create better content and be more open to learning. I'll also teach you how to write your hero story and how to write content that attracts your ideal client. Now, if you want to be a part of this, let me just, oh, sorry. I'm gonna post the link to the later na lang, so that you can also sign up to my email list so you could get details kung paano mag-join, kung ano yung mga requirements, kasi this is gonna be a very private program, so I'm only accepting around 10 to this. And yun, so again, if you want to sign up, ayan, nandyan yung link sa baba. I'm also going to post that later after the live. And then, if you want to connect with me, here are my socials. So, you can see on Facebook. Search nyo lang yung pangalan ko. Paka-unique niyan. Tapos, you can join my group here, yung Intuitive Creatives. And you can also follow yung aming digital marketing agency, which is Creative Labs PH. Yeah. So, we give tips there on how to create social media posts kasi kumbaga we're running lead generation uh, for digital marketing. So meron akong mga writers, yung husband ko is the web developer, and we have social media marketers. So we also share tips there.
Yes, nice. Nice, Miss H. So, ayun guys ha, you can join. Sobra, alam ko, I'm sure marami po kayong makukuha dyan ng contents. Okay, yan. The web developing tips, yan. Nag-share din sila dyan. So,
Mm-mm.
hintay nyo lang po yung link. Ipopost yan ni Miss Age later if you want to sign up in their private program. So, ayan.
Oo.
Anything else to add, Miss Alfie?
Sold na ako. Sold na ako, girl.
Sold out na. Sobrang
Yes.
confusing talaga yung mga sagot eh.
Oo.
So, ayan. Yes. True. Ayan. So again, Miss Age, sobrang salamat po for visiting the Shepherd Ritual Accountants and Bookkeepers and sharing about
Yes.
how to attract clients with intuitive content marketing. Sobra, Miss Age, really ang dami kong natutuhan. Okay.
Thank you din for
Talagang
inviting me.
Yes. Thank you, Miss H.
talagang
Thank you.
sa free resources pa lang talagang marami ng resulta. So guys, take action agad. After nyo po, meron nga po dito nagsasabi, ulitin daw nila yung videos para mas mapansin nila. Yan. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Please and follow Miss Age. Ayan, Herlene Sumook. Hanapin nyo lang sa Facebook and then their group. If you want to learn more, ayan, you can join sa group nila. And if you're interested in their private program, guys, you can sign up dun sa waiting list. So, ayan, thank you so much po ulit. And ayaw po namin masyadong kanin yung oras nyo. Okay, thank you, Miss Age.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you,
H.
Miss
Thank you,
Alfie.
everyone.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, guys.